Right guys, welcome back to the channel and to the garden. In today's video is more of a word of caution. With the days are getting shorter and the nighttime temperatures becoming much cooler, we as gardeners start to think about the swear word winter a bit more and when to start winterizing the garden. My first step is to more closely monitor the weather, and I'm glad I did, as it appears we could have a light frost in parts of the UK as soon as this Monday, with it being Friday today, and with the temperatures as low as 3 to 4 C, so right around that kind of frost temperature. Could see some air frost in places. It may come as a shock to some, but I wanted to get the word out as soon as possible. Fortunately for me, I don't have many very tender plants, but I know others do have house plants that may need protection. So if this is you and a light frost is forecasted, now could be the time to act. Now for the long range, it could just be a blip, but it's not worth getting caught off guard. Things like horticultural fleece are good to have on hand to get to put over sort of sensitive plants in times like this. For the things like the bananas in onset, which I normally protect for the winter, I will not be protecting them at this temperature, but there could be leaf burn, of course, which is completely normal. So I think we have a few more weeks after this to enjoy our gardens, but now could be the time to start watching your forecast and be prepared to act if need be. Of course, the last thing we want to do is be losing plants due to sort of just forgetting and getting caught off guard when we see that frost in the morning. And as you can see here, I mean, even some of our sort of evergreen ferns and things like that, of course, they should be absolutely fine with these sorts of temperatures. And of course, for the long range, as mentioned, it does look like we may get a few more weeks of sort of nice weather after this. I think it can be quite sort of shocking or surprising when we're having sort of, 20 degrees C sort of daytime temperatures, with it dropping all the way down to something like 4 C overnight. Of course, these are the types of times when you're right on the border, right on the edge, and of course at that point, if it is, say, perhaps a sensitive house plant, as mentioned, this may be the time to bring it inside, maybe just for the day or two, but worth checking your weather now. Again, we've had quite a decent summer, I would say, very dry, almost sort of drought conditions in the beginning of the year. Also had sort of 4 heat waves. Now, of course, this has affected some plants as well. I found things like my cannas just really haven't done anything this year. Again, and I do think it's the combination of sort of heat, but lack of water, of course, that could be affecting this. Tree ferns, you can just see, are doing quite nicely. They have done really well this year. Most of the fronds you can see on these are all brand new fronds. So with that said, hopefully we don't get a harsh winter. It does look like it could be sort of a La Nina winter, which can affect things. So it's definitely worth, I think, keeping your eye on the forecast now, from now until early December, when it could potentially be the time we get those plants out, wrapped up and things like that. Of course, I will be doing my protection videos for each of the plants coming up soon. If you haven't checked out, though, we do have videos from last year on the channel. So if you're interested in the bananas, the onset, tree ferns, anything like that, certainly go check out those videos. Now, of course, you may have seen from our previous video, we've purchased 2 new small ferns, quite unique and somewhat rare ones. So if you haven't checked that out, certainly go check that out. But also, with that said, of course, keep an eye on the friends of the channel, which are down in the comments section below. Always good to kind of keep up and take on board some of their information and, of course, some of their beautiful gardens. Now, of course, moving forward, keep an eye out. As mentioned, we did have the big prawn project coming up. That one is sort of nearing completion. We've got a bit of work to do on that one, but I'll be releasing it as a full step-by-step guide again on how to build a smaller pond and waterfall. So again, if that's something that you'd like to be thinking about adding for your garden, certainly keep an eye out for that one. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, certainly feel free to do so. As mentioned, we try and get these kind of words of warnings, different information on plants, any of the bargains that we can find in shops, sort of general how-tos. Of course, we've also got all the pond and waterfall stuff on the channel as well. So certainly check out the channel. If you haven't hyped the video, it's a new feature YouTube is doing at the moment. Certainly feel free to do so. It does help to promote our channels, and as well as that, of course, just if you haven't subscribed and you haven't got notifications on, certainly feel free to do so. But of course, with that said, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.